Motion is made pursuant to Town of Avon Code section 130-16, paragraph C, which reads, uses allowed with a special use permit. Uses similar in character but not specifically listed as permitted in the light industrial district must apply to the zoning board of appeals for a special use permit. Such permit shall be granted upon a finding by the zoning board of appeals that said use is of the same general character of the above permitted uses and is in accordance with the stated purpose of the district. After site plan review of the proposed Avon Tech Associates manufacturing facility located at East Avon Plaza, the Town of Avon Planning Board makes a positive recommendation to the zoning board of appeals for the granting of a special use permit.
I made that motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, now I want to go around member by member before we vote. We're going to do a roll call vote. If there's anything you want to comment on that, please comment. We're going to start with you, James.
In favor of it.
And also, Mike, after we get done with this motion, then we can make some, just depending how the vote goes, if it's a positive recommendation, we can make another recommendation on stipulations and conditions we would want to see the zoning board of appeals put on the special use permit.
Alright.
I'm gonna vote against it. I think it's a great project, I just don't think it's in the right place.
I think it'll work as long as there are stipulations, I think, on truck traffic in particular. I know that's a big concern of residents, so something has to be reasonably considered there. Even though we are, good highways, still we don't wanna have the increased truck traffic. And there should be restrictions on times of delivery, drop off, of course. A lot of these things are standard for many businesses, but we don't want any idling trucks there, noises at night, disturbing any local residents.
That's everything that the zoning board of appeals can definitely
Yeah,
put on the special use permit.
so that's,
That was a line, no restriction.
yes.
Malky?
I'm inclined to vote for it, but going forward, continuing to be careful with certain restrictions and
Which would be?
paying close attention to any further description of the processing. I'm unclear about the liquid nitrogen. I'm sure it's able to be handled safely, but that can be a nasty material if loosely handled. But
I don't think there's enough to be highly damaging.
probably not. And I would say, short of someone describing it to me in more authoritative detail, I think it's a great spot for it. Two or 3 acres deeper into the field, or seems fine to me.
And once we make this recommendation, then we can, our next act is going to be talking what we want to recommend to the zoning board of appeals for those type, just what you said, Tom, and truck traffic, noise, all that stuff. I'm gonna vote yes.
Did our, trying to remember, did we not have a response from DEC from at the time of speaker that discussed the liquid nitrogen and said that
Talks about the binder.
if they had to do, a permit would be required if there was any discharge to the
Yes,
system, which
that's-
has not been reported as having any
Yes.
discharge.
But it doesn't talk
Zero
about
discharge.
like the liquid nitrogen though. It talks about if there's any on-site discharges of wastewater or processed water, a speedy permit would likely be required. That was paragraph 4. In addition, if conventional crushers are used, that's not gonna happen. But it does not, there's no, discussion about liquid nitrogen.
The wastewater would also include the ice jet system and all the rest of that too.
Correct. Kathy?
I agree, I vote yes for the same reasons as Tom and Malcolm.
Dave?
I vote yes, we'll discuss the restrictions.
So 6 yes, 1 no.
So that's carried.
In Okay, now, discussion of recommendations to the zoning board of appeals for, they need a little bit of guidance or, what we would recommend them, truck traffic, things of that nature, expansion. There's also have we made a recommendation for like the 45-foot height variance? I think we've already done that. We have
No.
not. We-
You also, they made a comment from the county on signs. I would,
Signs are off the table, correct?
That's right.
yeah,
Signs are off the
I would
table.
hold off.
But
on
you
signs.
still are asking for a
45 foot.
which is a 10-foot height variance.
Yeah.
So we need to do that now, I think.
Do that motion right now if you want to.
I think we should. Is there a motion on the floor for a 10-foot height variance? The question I have on the map, you don't really, you kind of show, it says area of potential raised roof, so
Yeah, south
this
of-
whole line would be a raised roof?
It could be, yeah, that area could be.
So I guess
The reason for that was that was the area where the trucks were potentially gonna come in and.
Correct.
And dump inside.
Right.
So we wanted to make sure we had enough height
Okay.
for the.
So I guess we have to refer to page 2 of the site plan, dated 3/30 is your most current
Mhm.
revision, okay. So page 2 of the Avon Tech Center, it refers to area of potential raised roof, and it is definitely marked on the map. So I guess if you had a ruler, you could measure, I don't know how you wanna,
But it's the southwest corner,
well, it's more than
No,
a
it's-
corner.
Oh, yeah.
The-
It would be the west 1/4, but until, I guess we could measure this on scale real quick. Or-
you wanna,
You don't have a measurement of what you think the roof should be?
Well, you know your scale, it's a 1 inch to 40 feet,
So
so.
140?
you want a ruler?
Yeah, I can go get one out of the car.
I got one in my office.
That
For
way
somebody to
it's-
say yes.
I think you could say just refer to that.
Want a ruler, or do you wanna refer to the map?
Well,
Tell
it's
me
a
now.
shaded area in the back, right?
Well, it's marked, area of potential
Yeah,
raised
right.
roof.
Or if you want, we still have to come back, right, to the final, right?
You gotta go
Yeah,
to
but
the zoning
they-
board of appeals.
No,
And
that's
then
it.
the final site plan, you need it, correct.
Yeah, but they're making the recommendation, so we need to be
Well,
specific now.
We'll say approximately, it's on the west end,
We could.
okay.
Indicated
We'll
area.
give it a rough idea. Start here.
Just gonna use the, 40, 80, 120, call it, 140 by. By 160,
Of the west,
What by 160?
like 140 by 160.
of the west part of the building. And it's marked on the page 2 of the 3/30/2015 revision.
So there was a motion to make a positive recommendation for a 10-foot height variance. I should say
To 45
to
feet.
exceed, yep, the